An hour north of New York City, a peaceful suburban community slept unaware. Then, without warning, a band of deadly gunmen descended. They struck quickly and savagely.
Let's get the fuck out of here.
Federal agents soon learned the gang's leader had been living underground for more than 2 decades. A name whispered in task force briefings, a ghost in the system. The FBI's New York Anti-Terrorist Task Force believed time was running out. They hoped to find Mutlu Shakur before he killed again.
Hey, so where are you guys headed? We're dropping off this furniture in New Jersey.
We're just gonna inspect the back and let you guys go.
Noise came from the truck I turned. All the suspects were coming out in the back, shooting. Officer Lennon rushed back to his patrol car for his shotgun. Mr. Brown was shot in the neck and...
Damn it! Move in! They have him surrounded. Keep firing!
I've lost him.
The tree behind me took a shot chest high shot. Officer Leonard had unlocked his shotgun, but was taking heavy fire. The suspects gathered the money, bags, and piled into the cars. One suspect never made it to a getaway car. A passing motorist grabbed the woman who had been a passenger in the truck and prevented her escape.
Get in the car!
Still en route, Chief Alan Coulson's main focus now was to find the fleeing vehicles, but reports were scattered and hard to decipher. It was very, very difficult at this particular time to get a clear open. The number of communications, they were literally stepping on one another as the chief approached the area. He determined that the crime scene didn't need any more personnel vehicles. Set up to find those responsible, I didn't want to interfere with the emergency response in that area. The road was completely blocked. So knowing that this particular escape route would lead them in a particular direction, he made a U-turn at Mountain View and 59 and traced my steps back. I figured the suspects would travel towards New York City. He believed their route would take them along Mountain View Avenue to a T intersection. He figured there was a 50-50 shot that they were either going to go east or west. As quickly as he could, in fact, en route to that particular intersection, he observed the suspect. Vehicles, 2 of them at a high rate of speed, heading east on Christian Herald Road, followed the cars radioed in his. It was clear to me, based upon the events that had transpired up until that point, that these were extremely dangerous. Individuals who had no compulsion or no regard for human life and no hesitancy to take the utmost of violent actions. The chief positioned his car between himself and the fugitives, continued to call for backup. He continually ordered the suspects out of the vehicle. Chief repeated his commands to exit the vehicle with their hands in the air. And then the door opens up and he sees a female put her feet out. Judy Clark, arrested in the getaway car, was no stranger to the FBI agents she was known as a member of. The Weather Underground, a radical group involved in many violent robberies and bombings in the 1960s and 70s. For the Brinks robbery, she would be sentenced to 75 years in prison. Special Agent Lou Vici was an expert on the Weather Underground. One female he recognized immediately as Judy. Cooperating informants Sam Brown provided agents with a lead he believed Mutlu Shakur could most likely be found in Harlem at the acupuncture clinic Shakur had founded. The FBI and NYPD set up 24-hour surveillance. They utilized agents and detectives of diverse ethnic backgrounds to do their best to blend in to suit certain neighborhoods we knew from both experience and also recognizing the intelligence and versatility of this group that we had to be particularly discreet in surveilling these individuals. Agents watched and listened for months. Though Shakur never showed, they noted several others and came and went. One night, agents followed a man from the clinic to a house at 85 Beryl Street in Greenwich Village. They learned the house was rented to Edward Joseph, one of the suspects named by informant Sam Brown in the armored truck shootout. They suspected Shakur was hiding there, and they were right. Their months of perseverance had paid off. A federal judge authorized a title. 3, he permitted agents to set up wiretaps and bugs. Shakur and Joseph must have suspected the FBI's presence since they often turned up the TV when they talked. Despite this, agents were able to pick up snippets of incriminating conversations and discussions of killing informant Sam Brown. Since the murders and robbery in Nanuet, agents prepared for the assault. Big strike early the next morning, hoping to catch the fugitives asleep, and unaware as the agents watched and waited until they saw Shakur. He entered the house that evening. So at dawn, 2 SWAT teams arrived. One team headed through the front door, the other covered the fire escape, and back they arrested 2 men, Chewy Ferguson and Edward Joseph. But Mutulu Shakur was nowhere to be found. Somehow he'd escaped during the night, slipping past the surveillance. Ferguson and Joseph were convicted on federal charges as accessories for harboring a fugitive, though they were acquitted of murder charges stemming from the Nanuet robbery. Both were sentenced to 12 years in prison on July 23, 1982. Shakur, responsible for 3 cold-blooded murders, would now become a priority for every FBI office across the country, almost a year after Brink's robbery.